Hey guys, I just thought I'd throw up a quick video on keys to the Lions game. Keys to the game. The first one is obvious. The second one, maybe not so obvious, I guess. And the third one, I want to leave up to you because I want to get your input on what the keys to tomorrow's game are. For me, the first key to the game is just catch the ball when it's thrown to you. Our wide receiver score has the dropsies. I don't know where this came from. And it's not Packer football we're playing out there in the wide receiver core. Got in a little trouble this week because I was so down on the wide receiver core. But the reason is it's just really disappointing. I mean, I felt like the gate is swung wide open for Davante Adams for Jeff Janis maybe hasn't gotten enough opportunities. I'd like to see him get some more opportunities. But, James Jones was catching everything thrown his way the first three games, and then he's got the dropsies. Randall Cobb had to kind of step up into a leadership role. He's got the dropsies. And Davante Adams is the worst one of all. So, we just need to catch the ball. If we had caught the ball against the Bears, we would have devastated that team. But the bright side of that is this. This team is like an inch away from getting there. It's just a matter, if it's just a matter of catching the ball, then things could get really good really fast. And that's what we need to see happen. If we were, so devastated with injury that we couldn't field a wide receiver core that could even, get open. But in the Bears game, we saw guys get open. We saw opportunities. They just missed opportunities. So the flip side of that is if they make the most of those opportunities, we could have that traditional almost now Packer offense that we've been expecting to see all season. And we just haven't really seen it yet. So yeah, I know that's obvious, but it's so basic to football. That's what makes it really hard to watch when our receivers don't catch the ball. So that's my number one thing, obviously, catch the ball. But again, part of the reason I mention it as it regards the Lions game is because that means we are so close to having that breakout game. We need it right now. It's December at Lambeau Field, which brings me into my second key to the game, and that is we need to commit to the run game. And I'm not saying we need to feed Eddie Lacy or feed James Starks, one or the other. I'm saying we need to commit to the run game no matter what running back is on the field at the time, okay? And it's kind of tough to put my finger on this one because, we beat the Vikings and the pass-to-run ratio was almost exactly 50-50. I think it was like 31-34 or something in that game. But in the Bears game, we started out running the ball. And we did some good things in the run game. So, and I didn't look up the statistics. The thing to me was I just didn't get the feeling that we committed to the run. That with the way that the wide receivers core seems to have their confidence might be a little shaken. Well, what better for their confidence than to run the ball down the Lions' throat until they're forced to stack the box, and then we've got wide open receivers. Maybe they get a few easier catches and start to get their confidence back to where they can make some of the more difficult catches. And again, I can't tell you what the ratio was in the Bears game, but there's just the sense that we weren't committed to the run. What I'd like to see is us force the run until the defense adjusts. And maybe build the passing game off the run game for a change. I know I love the balance too, but I still feel like we're trying to build the run game off the passing game. It's December at Lambeau Field. This isn't at Lambeau Field, but it's December, and it's time to build the passing game off the running game, in my opinion. You can let me know what you think about that. I didn't feel like, I thought some of the runs that were called were great. I loved it when we just swung the door wide open for, I don't know who the defender was at the time, but TJ Lang just swings the door wide open. I love that little pitch out to Eddie Lacy, and we've got a lineman down the field on like a cornerback, and Eddie Lacy scores a touchdown. That was brilliant. There were some great plays in that game. And I know I groused and pissed and moaned a little bit about it seemed like they took Eddie Lacy out for too long to me. But, that's behind us. That's a Thanksgiving Day game that is in the rearview mirror. It is a new day. The wide receivers core, it's a new day. There are 0 drops in the game tomorrow as of right now. And let's keep it that way. Eddie Lacy, there are 0 fumbles in the Packers-Lions game, this important game, at this time. Let's keep it that way. And if we do those couple of things, man, I tell you what, it will not take much for this team, the way the defense is playing, to get hot. We've got to string a couple wins together. That's kind of the thing I think we haven't been able to do. That's the thing that worries me about the Lions team is they played the Eagles, for crying out loud. The Eagles are falling apart. The wheels have come off. However, the thing that bothers me more about the Lions is not that they outclassed an opponent that maybe is faltering. They won big, but they're stringing wins together. They're getting on a roll. Well, we've got to stop that roll. It's got to stop, and we've got to stop them at Ford Field. So this is going to be a difficult challenge. We'll do our prediction post tomorrow morning, but those are my 2 keys to the game. But my question is, what is your third? Put a third one in there for me. What are your keys to the game? And what do you think about the ones I've mentioned? And we'll get back tomorrow morning, do a little bit of prediction posting, which for me right now is really scary at this time, because the time that I finally just sort of threw up my hands and predicted a loss, we beat the Vikings. So I'm not sure if I should just do the opposite all the time. But anyway, hope you have a great Wednesday. Hope work goes well for all of you today. Let me know what your keys to the game, keys to the game are. Throw up as many as you want. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll catch up with you probably tomorrow morning sometime. All right, go Pack.